Hello there, welcome to my channel. My name is Emily. So happy to have you here with me today as I unhoard my office. We live in a tiny little farmhouse. It's about 80 years old. And like everyone else during COVID, we decided that it was time to remodel, that our space needed a freshening up. And there are a few spots in our home that are still under construction and deconstruction and all those things 5 years later. One of those places is our office. This office, both my husband and I work at home, and so it's a pretty important space, but it also seems to be the dumping ground for all things that we don't know what to do with. That just was my hair showing you that I was showing you right there. Not too long ago, I cut off a lot of my hair to donate, and it has been sitting buried on my desk ever since. I do work at home, but I don't work there at my desk because the couch is comfier. So there you go. So that's where I decided to start was, it would be really nice to be able to access my desk. And that is where anyone who's like, I don't know what this paper is or where it goes, it ends up on my desk, including me. I'm probably the worst offender. So starting there, trying to sort out all of the papers and just whatnot that gathers. And of course, there's a thick layer of dust on everything. The other desk to the right that you see is my husband's desk that I will touch very little because that's his stuff. He can handle it. And yeah, we're going to go from there. So right there beside me, our 3D printer used to be in the corner on that folding card table, but we've moved it to a smaller table. We're going to find a new home for it. It's been living in the middle of this room for months, and we just haven't gotten around to doing it. So I was so excited to dive in and get this done. This cleaning takes place over several days because I am a busy mom. I've got teenagers. I've got a job that I do during the day. I've got, all the things. Everybody has all the things. So I just was sneaking in here when I had some moments in time and just cleaning up when I could. So it's so good to be able to see the top of that desk and to actually be able to use, like, the possibility of using it is wonderful. Although I'm always probably going to work on the couch because it's, again, more comfy. Okay, there's also a lot of shuffling around because let's face it, when you're deep cleaning and you're trying to declutter, de-hoard a space, you have to shuffle in order to get things to move. This office also happens to be our dog's bedroom. I don't know that you'd call it that. It is where she sleeps at night. There's her kennel. You're going to see her popping in and out of this video quite a bit because I am messing in her space, and she was very concerned about this. She is the most spoiled pup ever. So you will see all that stuff on top of her kennel. We need to declutter and get rid of so much stuff because she is just so spoiled. So here's me beginning that process. We have so many treats and toys, and am I the only one? See all those dog toys going into the trash? She will destroy a toy, and I will say, oh, this was her favorite for so long. I better fix it. And so I will try to, I'll put it aside and I'll say, I will go back and I'll stitch this up later. It'll be fine. I'm never going to. So I just end up later on putting a whole bunch in the trash and throwing them away. And I had to quickly run the trash outside because she was ready to pull those toys out and they were all ripped up and stuffing coming out. She shouldn't have those. So here I am condensing all the dog stuff and, of course, making her do some tricks. The whole family's obsessed with this sassy, cute little dog. So I was able to get her stuff condensed into one basket, one bin that, someday when I'm more organized and all of that, we're going to make it look better and not have them sitting on top of her kennel, but oh, it's sure convenient. So here's the box pile. Again, any empty boxes or anything that I didn't quite know what to do with, just ended up here. So thankfully, my parents live close by, so after I filled up our recycling, I could fill up theirs as well. And then that blue box there is a sewing machine I borrowed from my sister to do a project you will see probably in my next video. But let's get out of here for now. It is so beautiful to see all this space, but it also lets you see all the dog hair. Unfortunately, our sweet girl is very much a shedding dog. So what I'm showing you here, when we moved into this house, there was a piece of baseboard missing right there. That's the piece that was missing. And this particular type of flooring that we installed needs a piece called quarter round that goes along the edges to kind of cover up the gaps. So we had installed the baseboard, but not entirely, and I had not yet installed the quarter round. So here I am playing with the nail gun, super fun toy, and there we go, putting that away. The shirt you see hanging up there is my husband's emergency big meeting shirt. Anytime he's on a Zoom call and realizes, oh, this is an important meeting, I should be dressed up, he throws that over his t-shirt, so it has to be close by. So next step, the quarter round's now installed, but we need to add the caulking. So I needed to clean off this piece of baseboard is one we salvaged from our kitchen, and it had not been cleaned for a while. So first I had to clean that up and get that all ready. It's easy to forget these spots when they are behind a bunch of boxes, and no, those pieces of baseboard don't match. But again, our house was built 80 years ago, and I don't think there are any pieces of baseboard in the whole house that match each other, so in that way they do kind of match. So just some quick caulking along here to make sure that everything is put together. Finally finish this room. In our remodel, we got to about 90% on most rooms, and I'm really working hard lately to try and finish the last 10%. It's so easy to get burned out, get to that last 10% and go, oh, it's good enough, it's good enough. But I'm trying to fill in those gaps and finish it up so at least, you know, it's done. And once this was done, the office actually was complete from the goals we had for our remodel. Okay, this is a different day. My husband moved his desk over. I made him do that. He hates being on camera. You will probably never see him. But we moved the kennel over to this side of the room. I wanted it to be, you see this room as you walk down the hallway to the bathroom. And I wanted it to be not a room where you looked in and saw boxes and junk and a dog kennel. I wanted it to be, you know, you can see the pretty plants in the desks and the bookcases and things. So we decided to switch the desks around. It's a much better spot for his desk. And then I'm big and strong. I'm going to go ahead and move my desk over. When the dog noticed her kennel had been moved, she was again very uncertain of the situation. You'll see her in just a moment. But yeah. And of course, I have to have that big, giant plant on my desk. It gets in the way of my laptop screen when I do sit there. That little painting was a color by number of Bob Ross that I received as my favorite white elephant gift ever. I thought it was hilarious. So I painted that myself. I'm so proud. It sits on my desk because I think it's so funny. I felt like I spent half of this time sweeping up dog hair that was in corners. These monitors, my husband was in the process of changing jobs, so he didn't know if he would need these monitors or not. And at this point in the office makeover, I was not going deep. These drawers and the cupboards on the desk are I will come back and finish this, but I just want the room to look nice and be much more usable. So here I am arranging the desk, trying to get everything better. That diffuser is one that I just love, but I crawled under there only to realize there is not an outlet anywhere even close by my desk. So we're still working on that issue. Thankfully, when I do work there, it's on a laptop, so we'll figure that out. But I took the diffuser to a different room for a bit. Okay, nice clean desk. Feels so good. Of course, with Bob Ross there. Anyone want to guess how long it stayed nice and clean without paper clutter? Now, while I was doing this cleaning, I did notice that the chairs that are for our desks, they had gathered this really disgusting layer of dust on the back of the chairs. I just had never noticed that before, so I pulled out our vacuum. We have a really unique vacuum. If anyone's curious, let me know. I'm happy to talk about it. I actually really love it, even though stick vacuums are so popular these days. And this is definitely not that, but oh man, it works really well. And we've had it for 10 years or more. I love it. It's a powerhouse. So, but I just took the little dusting attachment and went through and I wish I would have gotten it close up of the before and after of the layer of dust that was so gross on these chairs. But oh, it looks so much better when I was done. Wrapping it up here. While I've got the vacuum, I know I've been sweeping away the dog hair this whole time, but hey, let's hit it with the vacuum too. Might as well. And we're about to get into our beautiful before and afters. Let's get rid of that shirt. He will have to just be prepared for his Zoom meetings. Here's the before. Big box pile, dog toys, chairs piled with equipment, and you can't see the surface of my desk. So cluttery, didn't feel good. Here's a little shot of the after. His desk still is more cluttered than I like, but again, it's his. And there was a quick glimpse of our cute dog wondering why her kennel was in the wrong place. She got used to it, don't worry. Thanks for joining me today. Please subscribe to my channel for all things homemaking, cleaning, healthy recipes. I would love to have you along. Thanks so much for being here. Have a great day.